Hey, this is Walter Van Dusen, Lexington, Massachusetts content creator. I am going to show for the first time how I use Dehancer Pro version 2.0. This is an interview I conducted at the B&H Bild Expo. I am screen recording on my Windows 11 and Adobe Premiere 2024, latest version. This is after I got the two video clips from the Sony FX6 and the Sony FX3 as the B camera. I am going to start from dragging the Dehancer Pro 2.0 onto the FX6 footage, and I'll drag it to the FX3. The cameras and the audio had time code using the technical track E. You can see right here, time code. That is one of the main reasons why I'm able to get all these cameras. Sometimes I'm up to 3 or 4 cameras, including behind the scenes. Every camera I have is time code using the technical sync E. I did try out the software on a couple videos, and this is my first recording actually of how I render and process my trade show interviews. So one of the things I noticed is I want to choose the camera. They have a list of cameras from all the different manufacturers, and I am going to choose the Sony FX6, S-Log3, Cine. That's that. Then I am going to choose the film, because as you can see, this is not the look I'm going for right here. So I go right to film. So we have a bunch of film options that we can see how they look. Now, some of these films, I believe, are not video based. I think they look like the still camera film. I'm just trying to get one that doesn't do too much of blowing out. Temperature. So with this program, there is a lot of options that you can go through. But I definitely do not want it to be blown out as it is. Now I do have Cadillac's Prepare plugin. Which is affecting the exposure on the gentleman in the interview. I'm going to see if we can take away the so what's nice is these are not enabled, which is really cool. And we are looking at before we actually start of the video. So the film grain does increase the whites. So I'm going to have that. Oh. So without the film grain, it's a little blown out. So I'm going to try the film grain. Like I mentioned, I have not used this program very much, so we're getting the perspective from not a long-term user, but somebody that's trying this out really for the first time. And now we go over to the FX3. We're going to manually set the camera. This is the FX3. Same settings as the FX6. We're going to pick the same film. So we have choose the camera, Sony, same film. And it was the film grain. To 50 bloom enabled. And then we are going to mute the tracks from the Sony cameras, because this is the Sound Devices Mix Pre 3. And then we're going to get to when, now I'm going to this is where I start the video. I'll take a peek. So we don't need any of that. So we get rid of the front half. And then we scroll over. What I like to do for 2 camera videos is we can just I usually try to get the second camera when I'm looking at something at it just to do a fast cut. And as I turn my head towards the main camera, which is the Sony FX6, I'll go to that. One of the things that I like to do is record everything in one take. So I can do these little cuts. Just to show that I am using multiple cameras. If I'm going to bring them with me and use them, I definitely want it to stand out. So we're just doing some little cuts on the B camera. Subject to change, of course. But this is just as you see up here, it's all red. So I probably should render it before I start watching it. Looks like I'm saying some stuff that's funny. But one of the things that I'm trying to get much better at is getting cameras that are not exactly the same or the same lenses, etc., to match up. This placement of this camera ended up being pretty good. I didn't realize I was going to be talking about this color checker thing so much. You can see that I'm going to try my best to get it right when I look at the camera. So this is a good example, I hope, of why I like to use multiple cameras on my rolling interview stand. One of the new things that I'm trying to do is be more interactive during my videos, trying to give a perspective of why I'm in their booth and if I use this gear or not, or want to use it, and why. So this is something new that I started doing at a show before this one, a few shows before this one. I went to 3 Cine Expos in 2023, starting with Brooklyn, then Hollywood, and then Atlanta. So it's sort of neat to be able to use this Dehancer Pro, which is supposed to give a cool film-like look. And using this on this video with the color chart, gentlemen, seems appropriate. I hope this is interesting. First time doing screen capture on a Windows computer. I'm using my technical track key to record this video as I'm editing this video. I think I'm going to make this one long B-roll B camera cut. Now, if you see any tips on how I can be more efficient with my Adobe Premiere editing, I am 100% open for that. 2023 was my first year going to as many trade shows as I can. With my very first one was in Toronto in November. So this is my 1-year anniversary. Of going to trade shows. I like that little one hand opening there. Once again, I'm going to use that whole segment for one little take. I try to get, when the person is looking at the main camera, I try to get that perspective. But I do like when they're looking down. And I really like to get them right as they're reaching for the item from the other perspective of the camera. Almost like little jump cuts, I guess. I don't know what's going to look like together yet, but I'm just doing the initial cut. And what's nice about the FX6 is you can zoom in and you still have good resolution. This is a good example of I'm very happy with the B camera's position. Looks like I'm moving the camera a little bit. I'll keep it on the A camera. This gentleman did a good job. I don't remember what he was saying, but that's one of the things that I do with my videos is, since I'm so focused on recording them, I don't overly retain a lot of information. That's why when I edit these videos, a lot of times I'm like, that's pretty cool. I want more information about that. And then I get to learn from what the person was sharing too. So let me know in the comments if you like these YouTube videos for trade shows. The reason why I'm doing these is to demonstrate as good as I can that going to in-person trade shows is technically better than watching them on YouTube. So I'm trying to give an in-person experience as close as I can. That's why I'm doing these. And then I also get to as we can see, I grabbed the FX3, went around my rolling interview stand to get to a different position, which seemed to work out pretty well as soon as he did that. Got the Walter hand in there. I won't include that. Sometimes if I see something I make a little adjustment. Sometimes I keep my hand in there, but sometimes so I can see the product placement. What he's talking about is these pucks to calibrate your monitor. That worked out nicely. I won't, I'm not going to cut there since it looked like I moved the camera. Which I could maybe do, make it look like I intended to zoom in. I'll see if I can get that to work. Maybe do a little zoom in so it doesn't look like I'm moving the camera. One of the things I noticed was the glare. So as you can see, I'm adjusting to get rid of the glare. And hopefully I move my hand out. Nope. Put it back, buddy. I think I realized that I can't. The stand doesn't let me. Doesn't let me keep it there. That's why I left. But since I couldn't see the monitor, I'll just keep it in there to give the intention. So I haven't heard him at all yet. We're just doing the initial cut. I must have pointed to my camera so you can talk to the FX3, but then I started moving around. So we're coming to a close, get the data color, get the color right. Thumbs up. Hopefully I do my signature one of the things I did ask them to do, which was just to congratulate B&H on their 50th anniversary. I thought they would like that. So I do try to be helpful if I can. So I just played, which you can't hear. This is him thanking everybody for watching. And I'm going to cut this, get rid of this. Come over here. And then grab the B&H 50th anniversary logo. And also grab the main logo. Then I come over here and I have multi-videos and assets and subscription. I made a little pop-up. I add the close at the end. I want to make sure I save. I just add a the audio track, because that audio has, this clip has audio. Not exactly sure what that is. Oh yeah, mistakenly dropped it in. Put that at the beginning where I am. Now, one thing I see being in the right booth is I have color checkers right here. Which I probably should have done. Let me see if it makes a big change. Good, that one looks good. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to render in and out so I can have the video play without being read. So I'm gonna stop this clip and then start a new one.
A few moments later.
Okay, I'm back. We now have, give me 1 second. I'm gonna try to add the tentacle track E to my headset. So I have it in my headset. So we're just going to watch a few.
Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen. We are at the 50th Anniversary Bild Expo. Hopefully one of many coming in the next years. One of the questions I get asked all the time is how do you record videos with multiple cameras and how do you match them up?
We're
And
just doing a little watch.
I need to learn how to get better at matching up 5 or 6 different cameras. Sony FX6, 33, A7R5, all kinds of cameras. Data color has been in business for a long time. Casey will talk about that. But the cool part is if you have one of these.
So far, I'm liking it.
In your shot, there are some third-party apps that does for color balance, which it's not part of this company, but he's going to go over some of the benefits of using a color checker, data color checker, along with these types of cards for your photography and/or video.
I have the Premiere Gal Toolkit version 2.0 with an update.
That's the intro to the video. So, sorry. No, I actually like that because I said Fuji, and he went, no, it's Fujifilm. So this is data color, and he's going to talk about all the wonderful items.
That's me getting corrected,
down now.
Which I might use at the very beginning because I always think it's funny when I make a mistake. So this is a 6-minute-ish.
So this is Walter signing off, and here's Casey.
And then what I do is I add this title from Premiere Gal Toolkit, which is very handy. I come up over here and just move it over here and I have to wait for him to lift the mic up. And now we're going to see if I can see his name.
Hi everyone, this is Casey here from Data Color, celebrating B&H.
So I'm going to go a little bit tighter. And over here in the graphics, we're going to put in, I think it's Casey. I'll double check. And what I do is I go to Google and put in the person's name. Which I'll show now. So we have, is this also, lets me make sure I spell it right. KCK. Doesn't have his full name. Here we go. So it looks like I was correct. And he is the product manager at Data Color. So I do this, I get rid of that. I go over here, under text 3, Data Color. I go back to fit. I go over here to line control. I pick something that stands out. Try to match something in the video that is in the table or something. And then I'm going to come over here and color his shirt, which seems to be a slight blue. Text 2, same thing. But I'm going to come over here and do it up that. And then the last one on the Control 3. So here's a little bit of
50th anniversary here at their amazing Build Expo. I'm so happy to be here.
So he just gave some positive to B&H. So we're going to add the B&H graphic. PNG.
Hi everyone.
Hi everyone. So I'm going to have it come up when he says who he is.
This is Casey here from Data Color, celebrating B&H's.
Now he said celebrate B&H's 50th anniversary. So I'm going to shorten this. What I do is I'll have it come up a little bit at
Hi everyone, this is Casey here from Data Color, celebrating B&H's 50th anniversary here at their.
And then what I do is I'm going to have
so
it.
happy to be here, and I'm excited to talk to you today about our spider checker products here, so that like Walter. Celebrating B&H's 50th anniversary here at their amazing Build Expo, and we're so happy to be here. And I'm excited to talk to you today about our spider checker products here.
So that looks good. And then I'll show you, we are using track 3. And I go up to audio and hitting this little down arrow allows me to have access to the plugins.
So this is Walter signing off, and here's Casey.
I seem to be a little bit louder than Casey.
Hi everyone, this is Casey here from Data Color.
So what I need to do is I'm going to separate these tracks. I'm going to delete this one, and I'm going to cut this track and place it down so I can control the tracks separately in the audio. So I talk louder.
Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen. We are at the 50th anniversary.
Now, one of the
hopefully one of
things I'm trying to get much better at
questions I get asked all the time
is
record videos with
audio.
cameras, and how do you match them up?
And these are some of the apps
Sony FX
that I like, that I bought during Black Specials.
All kinds of cameras.
This is a pretty cool one.
It's been in business for a long time. Keith's going to talk about that.
And
But the
then
cool part is, if you have one of these
you can see well, hopefully you can hear the difference.
in your shot, there are some third-party apps that does for color balance, which it's not part of this company, but he's going to go over some of the benefits of using a color checker, data color checker, along with these types of cards for your photography and or video.
I don't have that one.
That's the intro to the video. So I said Fuji, and he went, no, it's Fujifilm. So this is data color, and he's going to talk about
They
all the
are
wonderful
being
items.
corrected.
And I'm going to put this down there.
I had a new
This
one
is Walter signing off, and here's Casey.
that I wanted to try out. Dialogue. I like this one. So I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the play,
Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen. We are at the 50th anniversary.
and we're going to turn on
Hopefully one of many
all of these automatic mode,
One of the questions
and I can
get
get
asked all
the
time is, how do you
LU ups up to what YouTube wants. So YouTube tries to,
5 or 6 different cameras.
YouTube
Sony
wants you to be at
FX6,
14
30,
LUFs.
38,
So this software, Track FX Editor Dialogue Enhanced 2, there was a
It's been in business for a long
Black
time.
Friday
He's gonna talk
special.
about that. But the cool part is, if you have one of these
It's going to bring up,
in your shot, there are some third-party
Should be
apps
going
that does some cool color balance, which is not part of this company, but he's going to go over some of the benefits of using a color checker, data color checker, along with these types of cards for your photography and or video.
You have to say spider checker. This color checker is our competitor, and we are the spider checker. That's the only.
That's the intro to the video.
so we have
So, sorry.
Noise reduction,
I actually like that. 'Cause,
dynamic
I
control,
said Fuji.
spectrum
And he went,
correction,
"No, it's Fujifilm."
loudness meter. So I like
So
those.
this is data color, and he's
And
going
then-
to talk about
and then
all
what
the
I'm gonna do
wonderful
is
items.
I'm going
And
to
I'm going to put
add,
this down now.
I can find it again. So 2023, I'm on the
So
quest
this is Walter
to
signing off, and here's Casey.
hopefully get better audio.
Hi everyone, this is Casey here from.
Now he's speaking
celebrating B&H's 50th
lower.
anniversary here at their amazing Build Expo. I'm so happy to be here, and I'm excited to talk to you today about our spider checker products here, so that, like Walter was saying, you can match multiple cameras all at the same time to make sure that your color is perfect, regardless of what camera system or lenses you're using, so that you can make sure you'll be able to switch back
And then this part
seamlessly
here,
without any.
you can see it
difference.
slowly bring it
over
up
here
again. Here we
have
go.
Our original spider checker, or spider checker 48. Now these guys will have
So that got
all
me
of these
up to
color
14.
samples, plus the white to black gradients over here. So you're getting a lot of color information, and you're getting black and white samples, so you can see.
Now we're in red, so sometimes the audio
Protected and everything's fine.
goes
It
out.
also has a 1/4-20 female on the bottom here.
And
Also has a
then
1/4-20 male
another
if
one I
you
like.
do any sort of mounting on top. Right now we have our spider cube mounted on there, which gives it's one of the more useful products for checking exposure, not only for your gray values, but also you have your whites and you
Zoom
have your
2.
light trap here. so you're able to get a true zero black.
I learned about
as well
this
as
from a
all your
YouTube
exposure information
YouTuber,
and your white balance, a good source for white balance as it's spectrally neutral.
and he
So
he
along with our
showed how
Spider
to do
Checker
vocal
48,
harsh.
our larger one, we have our Spider Checker 24
So
down
that's
here,
sort of cool.
which is really the same color card we have on this. It's just in a smaller package. It comes with a little protective sleeve instead of the bigger case. And it also on the back has a large 18% neutral gray tile right here, plus the color, the grayscale over here to also give you some more information when you're checking your exposure. We also have our new version down here, which is our Spider Checker Photo. This is our new travel size, so you still get all of the color samples that you would have on the larger Checker 48. You also have 2 more gray cards in the back, and all of these cards are interchangeable, so if you needed to make any shifts for your workflow, one card belongs better than the other in those situations. That's all up to you. That's part of the Spider Checker system. Now, as Walter was talking about, for matching the multiple cameras using video editing software.
So I'm trying to use these plugins because I really, so I'm going to switch over to Amplify.
Over here for the Checker 48. You'll be able to automatically match from one color space and transfer it to the other just by working around it. Now for Adobe Premiere, there is nothing native, but there is a plugin available from a company called MBR Color Corrector.
And then I'm going to move Su2 down, and I'm going to try.
To do color space transformation from one to the other while maintaining good color balance. So even if you're shooting RAW, you're going to be able to pull it from RAW into whatever final color space you're actually working with.
Clear.
Along with all of these, just for your camera balancing, we also have our display calibrator over here, which is our Spider system.
Clear is
So the Spider is going to be able to work with all portable large-scale displays, and you're going to be able to calibrate the color on your display.
This is a new plugin. I was in the beta team from South Korea, which is sort of cool.
Here, our Elite and Ultra systems with our brand new
And then I'm going to do special, loudness meter,
calibrate monitors,
and then go to the default and hit YouTube. Supposed to keep it under. And then maybe the last thing is compressor.
All of the high accurate color calibration you need out of any display connected to your computer. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know. Is there anything else you want me to say? Closing out. Thanks for watching. This is Casey from Data Color here at the 50th anniversary for B&H.
So he's talking about the B&H 50th anniversary. We'll put this over here. I am going to zoom in a little bit on, we have a lot of headroom, so I'm going to do that. Bring this down a little bit. Fade in, fade out.
At the Build Expo. Thanks for watching. You guys, I hope he shows you a picture of this rig he's got. It is kind of insane. It's great.
So that was pretty cool. So what I might do, he actually did it on his own, which I thought was pretty cool. And what I'll do is, that was a good little sound bite. I'm going to take this and make this the beginning of the video. Which I thought was very nice of him to say.
You guys, I hope he shows you.
So he basically is giving me a compliment, which is nice.
You guys, I hope he shows you a picture of this rig he's got. It is kind of insane. It's great.
Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen. We are at the 50th anniversary.
I mentioned 50th anniversary, so I'm going to add that. Move it down here. B&H had the 50th anniversary Build Expo, which was
The 50th anniversary Build Expo.
everybody was extremely
Hopefully
happy
one
with.
of many coming to the next years. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do you record videos with multiple
So we are showing how I record.
cameras, and how do you match them up? And at the moment,
We're now in red, so we're getting drop frames.
I need to learn how to get better at matching up 5 or 6 different cameras. Sony FX6, 33, A7R5, all kinds of cameras. Data color has been a
So this is my audio segment, so I should probably get over there.
Hey, it's Walter Van Dusen. We are at the 50th anniversary Build Expo. Hopefully one of many coming to the next years. One of the questions I get asked all the time is, how do you record videos with multiple cameras? And how do
A few moments later.
And some graphics to the video. And one of the graphics I added was using Dehancer 2.0. So I had popped that in there. And I like going between 2 cameras. We have the FX30 and the FX6. FX3 and the FX6 has the same sensor. So hopefully it gets me a little closer. One thing I'd like to see if I can minus you know how a little probably has to, oh, there we go. Minus 0.01. I think the footage looks close to that. Let me see if I can minus that. I still think his shirt's a little blown out. There you go, -1. So we have -1 on the FX6. I'll do it's minus 0.1. It's like a video game, you have to get, oh, there we go, -1. So I have -1, and so -1 on, would have been nice if I would have done -1 on all the FX3. -1. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy attributes and then just click on each one. Paste attributes. Dehancer. So let's see if I can.
many coming to the next years?
Nope. See? Gotta undo that. So I got to go the old manual. minus 1.1. I think 0.1 looks better. Point one. Point one. That's exciting, huh? Just, if you know of an easier way, I want to be more efficient, but just being OCD at the moment. Minus one. Minus 0.1. I think that looks better. Obviously, it would have been better if I would have done this at the same time before I cut. But this is how this video is going to be, so if you're watching it, you'll see it on YouTube. Minus one does look better, so I think it's worth the effort. The Dehancer Pro version 2.0 has a lot of functions and availability for adjustments that I haven't touched on, but this is what I do for my trade show interviews, and this is the complete workflow from start to finish. This is not a sponsored video, not getting paid by Dehancer. This is a trial version. But this is my first behind the scenes of how I edit videos. And then what I'll do, the last thing I'll do is I'll make a QR code to take people to this, to what this person was talking about. So that's the last thing I do. Hopefully I cut all this tedious work, but you never know. But this is what I'm doing for this video. This gentleman was very pleasant. I'm glad that I got to record this interview with him. If you ever get a chance, hopefully B&H does the Bild Expo again. It was pretty phenomenal. Lots of people there. So we're going to save. Come at the very end. And hopefully it...
At the Bild Expo. Thanks for watching.
So we have the answer at the very end. What I might do is I might look for a white background instead of the black. Somewhere I have white background. So I add this. I'll raise this up. I'll use this white background. Let's get this out of the way. I think the white background would be a little bit cleaner. I'll have it pop up. Right clicking.
Thanks for watching.
Let's make sure we're in the bottom half. And then we're going to extend this out, put Dehancer because it was. And then what I like to do is I get the data color logo. That's a good size. Just drop it in downloads. I usually put it in a folder, but we're just doing this for now. We're going to get rid of the background. We're going to double click, get rid of that lock button, and we're going to come over here, get rid of the white background, Control X on a PC, Control Delete, and then we save as a PNG. Come over here, downloads, PNG. We're going to do maybe do a little crossfade between the two logos.
At the Build Expo. Thanks for watching.
Like having the ambient sound from the trade show. We don't need the fade, crossfade on that one.
Thanks for watching.
There we go. So this is the first time using Dehancer. We matched up hopefully close with a little bit of a film look to the FX6 and the FX3. And this is the behind the scenes. And one thing I'll do is I will go to all. Hopefully they have the color. Check it. There it is. Capture colors. Bunch of pop-ups. They have some Amazon links. Trying to find those color checkers. Maybe we'll just have it go to, here we go, color checker. So, how to make a QR code, but Okay, so let me know if you like this type. This is the first time using the for one of my videos. Really happy. Hopefully the results look good on YouTube. Dehancer 2.0 has a lot of options. I chose picking the camera. I picked the Sony S-Log3 S-Gamut 3 Sin. I did a -0.1. Did not change the color temperature. I used this film stock, which I think is sort of nice. And make sure I use the same. So 50D. Let's put this on 50D. Let's see. And 50D. So we have the same match enabled. But halation. Do we have it on? So we got a little halation. No, maybe right around here. Right up here, there's a little halation. Okay. I almost stopped and see what vignette does. So vignette, you have to change these, but lots of options. The more I get used to using this, the more I'll try it out. There's a lot of things I have to learn how to do. So this is my first time using Dehancer Pro version 2.0 on a Windows 11 PC, Adobe Premiere Pro 2024. We only had one crash today. And let me know if you like these types of videos. My name is Walter, and thank you.